welcome to Paramecia, a One Piece fancast where we review the latest chapter of One Piece and have a different One Piece related discussion every week. My name is Franz.
My name is John, and this hat fucked me up.
I want to die.
What is happening? I've never seen a community over the course of one day, like, just spiral into confusion.
I woke up, I showered, I ordered my pizza, started eating, said, you know what, I love One Piece, let me read One Piece.
Big mistake. Oh my god.
I can't do this, John. I can't fucking do it.
Chapter 906, The Holy Land of Marijois.
I quit.
Yeah. Franz quits. I quit too. No, chapter 906, The Holy Land of Marijois. We're gonna try to speed through this as fast as we can to get to the juicy shit at the end. So let's fucking do this.
Yeah, straight from the get-go, still, it's the Orlumbus arc for the cover story. 10 a.m., checking the ship after cleaning Fastidious. And Orlumbus and his son, Corlumbus, some tiny-ass kid.
Yeah.
Like, stepping on some crewmate. It's like, I guess kind of cute, but also kind of weird.
Yeah, it's one of his, like, crewmates or something. They they haven't really said, but I just like that it's like Orlumbus and basically Columbus.
Yep.
I don't know. I thought it was cool. We'll hopefully see more of them and what they do. But
yeah. We'll get back to them whenever we're sane.
Yeah. Whenever this hat stops fucking us. Yeah. Anyways, the chapter starts. The Bondola finally arrives at the top of the red line, or near the top. Sorry, it arrives at these staircases near the top, and then they have to walk through the stairs to get to the very top where the castle is. And the scenery, I will say, in this chapter, like the scenery and a lot of the character art too, but like the scenery in particular is really well done. Like the drawings are just really, really good.
This is some crazy shit, man. Like, talk about like environmental like storytelling.
Yeah.
Like that's a very video game buzzword, but like, ooh.
Yeah, it fits. This first hallway that like we walk through, like the stairs with all the statues of like these warriors, I assume, because they all have like weapons. It's just the way it's displayed in the panel is just really cool. And then obviously as soon as they reach the top, we get the Holy Land of Marijois. We get a view of the castle with like all the misty like clouds around it, and you see the forest, the man-made forest, and like the city, and it is, talk about a nice view. Like, it's just really cool.
Yeah, this is some like Venetian like Renaissance style kind of architecture going on everywhere, and this is some fucking rich people shit right here. Like, this is a very good image for Marijois.
Yeah. I will say one thing really quick, because I know so the romanization of it is Geoise, like Marijois, but I know for a while, like the official translation and even some of the scanlations have always written it like moi, like Jois or something like Mary Joyce or Marijois, like with the J.
Yeah. I don't know where this like new spelling's coming from personally. Like, I don't understand it either.
So I read the Jimini's Box translation because it came out first, and that one there was a translator's note, and they wrote that Marijois, like with the G, is how Oda wrote it in this chapter, and even the romanization, like that it was specifically written with the G, like above the castle, that text, the English text that says Marijois, the Holy Land. That was specifically written with a G, like by Oda. So they were just like, unless it changes in the volume or something, they were just gonna keep it like this because they feel like maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Maybe,
yeah. I don't know. Like,
the only thing I mean, I don't know how to spell the fucking word, but the only thing is maybe it's supposed to be like bourgeoisie or whatever, that French word.
Oh, that's a very good insight into that. That legitimately might be it. Never know.
Yeah, because that's probably what it is, because bourgeoisie is spelled, the end of it is Geois. Yeah, Geoise or IE,
Yeah,
but it's the joie
bourgeois.
part is the same. Mary
Okay.
Joise or whatever. But regardless, that was just a side thing. Yeah, we get into Mary Joie, and they hand Shirahoshi like this stick, and it basically makes a an airport like, I don't know what the fuck they're called, the people mover, like
People mover, yeah.
the perfectly horizontal escalator. That's what it just makes the ground move. And yeah, I don't know, it's everybody wants to take it, and then Fukaboshi, Shirahoshi's the eldest brother, he does something. So he's like, oh, like, Shirahoshi, you wanted to see the forest, like, father, can we take the normal path, like, through the forest? And then the whole family's like, kind of like, yeah, like, let's do it. And then Stelly makes a little
smelly.
yeah, Smelly. Yeah, Smelly makes a little aside. Yeah, that's his in-canon name now. I don't give a fuck. Smelly makes a little comment like, oh, do they fear modern machinery? And he's like, oh, like, looking down on them. And you know, he has a little gag that's like, he it's stupid. He like he says it the wrong way, and then they're like, they correct him, and then he's like, yeah, that's what I said. But Fukaboshi, we get a thought bubble from him, and he's like, I've got a bad feeling about this. And then immediately we cut to underneath the people mover, and the people mover is like powered by slaves.
Yeah, this is yeesh.
Haha. It's weird. It makes me appreciate Fukaboshi a little bit, because I mean, we haven't seen him like a lot this arc. Like we've seen him in Fishman Island. We haven't seen him a lot, but I want to believe that he has some sort of like observation hockey, or maybe if I even don't want to go that far, like he got some sense, like he's very wary of his surroundings, even in the Holy Land. Like he doesn't trust what's going on, because I feel like he purposefully said, let's take the forest route to not take the slave people mover, because he's like, something's fucky about this.
Yeah, that might be it. Anyways, after that very immoral thing, yay bougie people.
Yeah.
It cuts to like, the box says a celestial dragon palace, and someone's like, father, what is it, Charlos? Just some dumb like drooling celestial dragon like is a mermaid, a big one. And judging by the like shape of the hair specifically, it's very easy to tell that this is the same celestial dragon that Luffy just decked the ever-living shit out of in my god,
Sabaody Archipelago.
Yes,
in the human auction.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. That same celestial dragon is the one that's there, and that's gonna be something.
Yeah.
All right, that's some like very bad foreshadowing, and I'm not very excited to see what that leads to.
A little later in the chapter, something happens that kind of puts me at ease for that, but then also raises 1,000 more questions.
For real.
So we finally get to the main entrance of Pangea Castle, which is the giant castle at Merjois. And inside there, it's just all the royals just kind of hanging out and like having a party, and like, you know, they're literally just having a party and just like chit-chatting with each other, like, you know, getting to know each other. And we get a funny scene where all these royals are like, oh my god, like, Princess of the Sea, you're so beautiful, my son is single, and all their sons are uggo as fuck.
Okay, all of the like people here, period, are uggo as fuck.
Yeah.
Let's be straight up with that.
All the royals here, except for our guys.
Oh, for real. But like, there's like one of the sons that's like sitting there and just like, Pappy, I like this girl. And like he's literally like a bolo tie away from being some like, man, I hate this.
He looks like
dumb as fuck.
He looks like either one of the Three Stooges, or he looks like what's his face from Red Letter Media that was like, this is what every Funko Pop user looks like. He looks like a Funko Pop owner, basically.
Fuck, it's Rich Evans, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're so right.
Yeah,
if you put a tiny cowboy hat on top of Rich Evans' head, it looks exactly like this motherfucker.
Yeah. So it's like so they're all like, oh, like, Shirahoshi, will you please pick my son, like, you know, like, marry my son? And she just outright tells him, like, none of you are my type. The brothers have to play damage control. Like, Fukuboshi's like, oh, my sister, she has her own dialect. Like, she meant to say I'm not married yet. And then the other brother is like, Shirahoshi, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know, just lie to him. Like, just fucking tell him, like, yeah, we should go sometime. He's like, even if you never intend to do it. He's like, just say it. She's like, no, I'm not good at lying.
She's like, so sweet and pure, man.
She's so
love this.
I love it.
And then we get a hard cut. The best hard cut.
Oh my god,
just
yes.
Vivi. Just, wow, so cute. And just like, she's talking to Leo in her hands right there. And this beautiful exchange between Vivi, the Tantadas, Rebecca, and they're all like, essentially like talking about Luffy and being like, hey, Luffy's cool with y'all, right? Y'all cool with Luffy, right? Yeah. This whole thing, and then like they're talking about like, oh, how like Luffy helped them in their own like specific ways.
Yeah.
And really cute thing, but like essentially like as this conversation's happening, you don't get to see all of her, just like the lower half of her face, but like Shirahoshi like notices, and then like how did Shirahoshi sneak up on all of them?
On anybody, I have no idea.
Dude, like, I get that she's like floating because of the like water bubble thing that's like around her waist now.
But still.
But she just like pops in on them and just like, were y'all talking about Luffy?
I heard y'all was talking some shit. Like, yeah, no, I loved Shirahoshi's like exchange. I loved the exchange with all of them. Like, she comes up and then her brother is like, oh, like, Shirahoshi, like, you can't let them, like, Luffy's a pirate. Like, he's being sane and rational because, you know, he's like, at the end of the day, Luffy's a pirate. So, like, you can't let them know that, like, we're in the fucking holy land of Marijua. Like, the Marines are, like, controlled by the world government. And Luffy just, like, you know, 2 years ago declared war on the world government. So it's like, you can't let them know that you're, like, friends with Luffy.
Real quick, though, like, Shirahoshi pouting, super cute.
Oh my god.
The entire time she's being chastised, she's just pouting. And all the while, Vivi's, like, sitting there, like, thinking, like, they went to the New World. You have to go through Fishman Island. She's like putting the pieces together, and Rebecca's just like, hey, we did say Luffy.
Yeah, hey, did you just say Luffy? And then even Vivi's like, Rebecca, wait, if we misheard. And then she's like, I did, like,
we're tight as fuck.
Yeah. I'm
are y'all tight as fuck?
And they're like, same, like, so are we. That panel of both of them giving thumbs up, like, oh man. I love all three of these girls. Please protect them.
I'm so excited. And then all the while this is going on,
you get all the Guardians.
Yeah, all the Guardians are just sitting there like talking, just being like, man, our children are having a grand old time.
Yeah, I did like what Fukaboshi said. He's like, my younger sister's not accustomed to socializing yet. Like, you know, I'm thankful for that. He's basically like, oh, I'm so happy that like they're actually talking, like she's getting to talk to people, like, and get out there. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I will say, I just really fast, because I noticed it now, like, this whole chapter, like, Shirahoshi has been getting, like, chastised, like, by her brother. And I don't know, slight character development, but, like, when we saw her in Fishman Island, she was, like, a crybaby about, like, everything, you know? And it's just cool to see her now, like, she's still getting chastised, but, like, before she would have been, like, bawling, but now it's, like, no, like, she grew up a little bit, and I was like, oh, yeah. I fucking love Shirahoshi, dude.
She ain't Sissy Hoshi anymore.
Yeah, and then immediately, oh man. So talk about surprise. Like, I knew they were gonna be here, but like, I was still happy, kind of pissed because we don't see a certain someone. But so Sai is just like, oh, Rebecca, you're from Rebecca from Dressrosa, and it's Don Sai, leader of the Hoppo Navy. And then Rebecca goes over, she's like, that guy. And she's like, oh, like, you're Don Chijiao's grandson. And then Sai and Leo have a conversation like, oh, he's like, Leo, my brother, like, you came here too? And he's like, we're the secret escorts. And he's like, why are you even here though? You're a pirate. And then Sai's like, oh, you're a pirate too. And then Sai, like, under his breath tells Leo, he's like, after this mission, I'm gonna cut ties with my country. And I'm just like, what?
That means a lot, dude. Like, whoa. I don't know if he's, like, eloping with Baby Five or some shit, but, like, that's pretty like, hefty.
Because he's the leader of the Happo Navy. And at least in this translation, he says, after this mission, I'm gonna cut ties with my country. So it's like, what the fuck is he referring to the mission as just reverie? Because I don't know. I read the manga stream translation. I think he says something. He uses a different word.
The only difference is, like, instead of mission, he says job.
Okay. Yeah, but it's like, because it's like, I guess that would be a mission for the Happo Navy to escort to Reverie. But I don't know. It just makes it's this whole Reverie arc. I've been, like, on my toes about, like, trusting anything.
Dude, one really quick thing. There's a very, like, amazing visual gag in that the panel where Sai appears, it's the sound effect, like, Don shows up in katakana right next to his name.
That's
with
awesome.
The exclamation marks, as if it's, like, announcing him in, like, Don Sai exclamation mark,
sick.
Exclamation mark. That's so funny. I like that.
That's so awesome. I mean, of course I didn't notice that, but dude, that's so sick. I like that.
It's a nice touch. I like it.
Yeah. And then, so after Sai appears with no Baby Five in sight, which I'm mad about.
Fuck you, Oda.
Yeah, fuck you, Oda. We get the reintroduction of Wapol, and he just literally comes to just be a shitlord with his wife. And his wife is kind of funny. I like his wife's stupid laugh, and she does the little Karin, like, bending all the way backwards laughing. It's funny, and their dog is, like, stupid cube head and cute. I don't know. Wapol's just a shitbag. He's not even, like, a really evil guy. Like, I don't hate him. It's just like, dude, you're such a fucking shithole. So he comes, and he's just, like, shitting up the place. And then Shirahoshi's like, oh, so he's also a friend of Luffy? And then Vivi's like, no, he's an enemy, Shirahoshi. But I do like another little thing that happens throughout this chapter. So when they introduce each of the kingdoms and each of the people, Oda, I thought it was cool. Oda did, like, a little mini, like, panel, and it gives you the history of, like, these characters, because, you know, we haven't seen them in, like, fucking 500 plus chapters. Yeah. So it gives little history, you know, really quick and dirty, but, like, the most important stuff for each character. And it's just funny. Yeah, Wapol's, like, talking to Vivi, and then he says something about, he starts talking shit about Cobra. He's like, oh, is King Cobra, is he still healthy? And he's like, oh, never mind, I saw him earlier and I wouldn't call him healthy. And then and then our boy Dalton.
one like real quick, another, like, Japanese tidbit, I guess, is Wapol's wife, Cinderella, I think it was, or some stupid shit. Her laugh, like, she has a very, like, unique laugh.
Yeah, Tama no koshi koshi koshi.
Yeah, koshi 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 koshi. And then at some point she says Tama no koshi, which means, like, a jeweled palanquin. Palanquin being what, like, rich people used to, like, jump into. Not, like, jump into. It's like a carriage, except it's carried by people, you know? Like, back in, like, ancient, like, Asia. Yeah. And it comes from, like, a, there's this, like, saying in Japanese that goes, Tama no koshi ni noru, which means literally to ride in a jeweled palanquin, but, like, metaphorically means to marry into a family of money or a family of, like, rank or something like that.
That's great.
So
I like that.
That's Oda being like, wink, wink, yes, she's useless.
Yeah, that's I would not. I figured it would, like, her laugh was so different that I was like, it has to mean something, but I didn't know what it was. But that's really funny, and it makes sense.
Again, this is the only reason why I went through college for this.
Yeah, for this, yeah. So after they're all, like, like, being stupid and talking shit to Vivi, Dalton and Kureha appear. And Dalton, looking swole AF, comes in and he's just like, hey, Wapol, like, would you shut up? And then Kureha's like, oh my god, like, the world government's getting weaker. I can't believe they'd let this idiot join. And I want to say really quick, Kureha is best mom. Because her shirt, I don't know if you noticed it.
Dude, yeah.
Wanted 100 berries. It's a fucking Chopper shirt. Like Chopper's Bounty's 100 berries. She's wearing a shirt to rep Chopper's Bounty. I fucking love it.
Kureha's like merchandising Chopper on like Sakura Kingdom, because like if the bunny behind her has like fucking Chopper hat and antlers.
I didn't notice that. That's yes. I did not notice the hat until you said it right now. That oh my god,
dude. When I saw the wanted thing, like I looked up, I was like, did Dr. Kureha have like a bounty or some shit? And then I like thought about it for a second, and I was just like, oh. Yo, she's repping. She's repping the good boy.
She's repping, bro. It's great, yeah. And then Vivi, the rest of the chapter, like Vivi and everybody is just like ignoring Wapol. And then Dr. Kureha's like, oh my god, like if I had known you were a princess, Vivi, like I would have charged you way more for the medicine.
That was so good. And then like Wapol's like still like he essentially like yells like, why the fuck are you guys here?
Yeah, he's like, oh, why are you ignoring me? And then Dalton's like, hey, bro, can you shut up? And he, like, zone transforms into his like, buffalo form. Or his, like, bison or whatever he is.
Some shit. I don't want to get into it. We've already talked about, like, cow. Zone anyway, dicks. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I enjoyed it. Cause, like, so Wapol is, like, Wapol gets like scared from Dalton, so he like backs off, and then he's just yelling across the room, and they layer it so that his speech bubble is below Dalton's, so that it's just like he's yelling, and then you don't care about what he's saying because Dalton's like, hey, did you read about Luffy?
Especially like the way he's like drawn, he's like super serious, like all the lines over him, the shadow, and then like when he zone transforms, like even more so, and then like this is like, hey, did you guys read about Luffy? He's just like so like chill and plain faced.
And I do like in the background, Rebecca, you can see her, she has the little like oh, like she heard them say Luffy, and oh my god, I fucking love Rebecca. She's like, Dalton-san, did you happen to like Lucy? And then all the Tontara are like, you like Luffy Lando too, don't you? And then Dalton does, like, he backs up, looks both ways, and he whispers, he's like, I really like him. And Rebecca's like, like freaking out.
I can't get over the Tontaras verbatim going, you like Krabby Patties too, don't you, Squidward?
You like Krabby Patties too, don't you, Squidward? Oh my god.
This whole thing is like really very heartwarming, and it's honestly like it's most of the chapter, and I'm so glad. Yeah. If it weren't for what fucking follows.
Yeah, before we get into this, I just want to say, like, I really like all the interaction with these people. All the kingdoms interacting that we know of, like Dalton and Kureha and like Vivi and, you know, Rebecca and stuff. I like them all interacting specifically with Shirahoshi because I feel like when shit goes down, Shirahoshi is mainly going to be a target at some point. We know this for sure. She's an ancient weapon, and the only people that know about her being an ancient weapon are Kaido and the revolutionaries.
Wait, do the revolutionaries know that?
I'm pretty sure they know that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like almost positive they know.
Either way.
If they don't, then whatever. Then there's no reason for me to worry about Shirahoshi, because if they don't know that she's a weapon, they're going to try to fight the Tenryubito, the Celestial Dragons, and Shirahoshi will be safe. If they do know, they might try to take her, but it's kind of like one of those lesser of two evil things, because it's like, all right, well, I'd rather them take her and like keep her safe than anybody else.
Yeah, like, is it kidnapping really?
Yeah. But I mean, regardless, from the way it's kind of being set up now, I think what might happen is this is like my super long shot, like full court 3-point shot like at the start of the game. I'm not waiting until this isn't like the last shot of the game where you just shoot it. This is like I got the ball at the start of the game and I just shot it. So the scene where Shirahoshi's like turning down the royals, that I think that only turned out so like well for Shirahoshi, like nothing happened only because they weren't celestial dragons. And we got the scene of Charlos looking at her specifically. So when the celestial dragons come there, I think what might start the initial conflict, what might start the tensions to rise is going to be like Charlos is going to ask her to like marry him or something, or he's going to want to like try to buy her, and she's going to say no cuz she doesn't understand. And then the celestial dragons are going to get like, you know, Charlos is going to try to blow his load and be like fucking like, "Oh, I'll just fucking shoot you then." And I feel like that is when that will maybe be when the revolutionaries step in to like fight. They might beat the shit out of him.
Parallels, dude.
Yeah.
In which Sabo comes in
Bro,
and decks him.
That would be so sick.
Dude, I'm Oda.
Yeah, dude, I'm Oda. No, bro, I really like it because all of these kingdoms becoming friends, like, and having each other's back because of the bond they have with Luffy just works. Because like, all right, if shit goes down and they try to take Shirahoshi, freaking Fukaboshi and all the brothers are definitely fighting. Like, they're not gonna let their sister go down like that. Rebecca and Kiros are there. Rebecca is, I mean, you know, say what you will, oh, she's like crybaby the whole Dressrosa. She survived in that gladiator Coliseum for I don't know how many years.
Yeah, she's definitely like no Mary Sue. Like, she did get carried along through Dressrosa, and that wasn't like amazing writing, but like she is established to like actually be able to fucking hold her own. So
yeah, she is a fight. I think it was established that she had won a lot of the like tournaments prior. Like, she had like won them, and that's how she was able to get into the one for the Marimaro no Mi. Regardless, they're both capable. We haven't seen Kiros at all. We haven't seen, I mean, Sai is there, Dalton and Kureha. Like, there's so many people that can protect Shirahoshi that I'm not so scared for her anymore. Not as scared, I should say.
This has essentially become Dressrosa 2 Electric Boogaloo, but if only Doflamingo were there.
Oh my god. Alright, yeah, let's just get fucking into it. So it cuts straight to Impel Down, the undersea prison of Impel Down at level 6. And we just get, like, when I first read it, I was looking at, like, the Sea Kings and shit, and it's like, oh, what's up with the solitary confinement? It's so lonesome. And I read Impel Down, and I was like, oh, if they show me Doflamingo, please. And they did.
Right there, immediately.
Yeah, but he says, are you protecting me, Magellan? Like, and he starts laughing. He's like, have they arrived, the assassins from up there? And then the last page of this chapter, like, there is no joking around when I think this last page has fucked up every single reader of One Piece in their brain, like, the whole day. I've seen nothing but, like, people literally mailroom Charlie, just pictures on the wall, like, what the fuck does it mean? Like, who is Pepe Sylvia? What is this hat? So it's Doflamingo starts talking, and we immediately understand what he's talking about, because he said, oh, did they send an assassin here to shut me up in order to prevent me from telling anyone about the secret treasure hidden in Marie-Joie? And he's like, isn't it fine to reveal what it is already? Power degrades quickly anyways. It rots away in no time at all. And then we just get him laughing, and it cuts to Marie-Joie in the tower in Pangaea Castle. And it shows somebody with 2 wanted posters.
Oh, shit.
We're gonna go fucking deep in this shit, bro, because I've been looking at this page the whole day at work with nobody to talk to about it, and I don't know how to feel. This person is holding 2 wanted posters, and it seems like they're walking, like, I can't tell if they're going up or downstairs. It looks like they're going upstairs, but I don't even think that's important. They are...
Guys, John's not okay.
Yeah, I am mailroom Charlie right now. So he opens up this door with, like, this insane lock on it. Like, it looks like, you know, really fucking giant.
Some steampunk, like, bank kind of shit.
Yeah. Opens into this room, and the room from what I can tell, it's supposed to be cold. It looks like there's like ice. It's the same way he draws Aokiji's ice.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
all over the wall.
Everything's freezing.
Yeah, the smoke everywhere. And the person walks in, and either that door is really big or they are really tiny. I still can't tell.
I hate you, Don.
I still can't tell. And okay, so the person walks up to a row of windows, and only one of the windows is lit up. And I don't know why. I don't know what it means. And it shows a silhouette of their face, and we don't see anything but black and like a crown, like a slim looking dude with a weird like hood and a crown. And then it's just silent ellipses, and then bam, we get the shot, and it's either this guy is looking at a straw hat that's in this window that's being lit up, like the only window that's being lit up. And it's like, why is this here in the Holy Land? A large secret has been hidden away. And multiple things. I can't tell if this guy's tiny and the hat is normal, or if this guy's normal and the hat is big. Why is the window lit up? Why does he have two wanted posters? The other poster has to be fucking Goldie Roger because it's the only other one with a hat. And then the final question, what's the hat?
Dude, that's what gets me. And first let's do like the brief mention of like who are the assassins for Doflamingo. CP0. Everyone's been saying CP0.
Yeah,
CP0 is the only fucking option. Like they're the only people that would know that Doflamingo knows anything about this.
They're the only people that would be able to get into that level of Impel Down without having to fight their way through. And there's no way that the Celestial Dragons, the Tenryubito, there's no way that they would send an assassin that isn't with the world government into Impel Down, because that's a death sentence. Like, they're gonna send their top dogs, which are CP0. So it's got to be somebody from CP0 if there is an assassin. I mean, I already told you my quick there. I feel like if there is an assassin and Doflamingo already says the Magellan is protecting him. So like, worst case scenario, Doflamingo dies. Also, worst case scenario, Doflamingo somehow uses this to his advantage and escapes.
Dude.
Which is crazy to me. I feel like he's still going to be alive. I don't think he'll die here. I do think he has a bigger role to play whenever we understand what the treasure is. I feel like Doflamingo's role with it is not done yet, but
hear me out real quick.
That's for another day. Yes.
So, let's take a look back at Shichibukai. And let's think about the ratio that have at some point been antagonists towards the Straw Hats and are not anymore. So there's Gecko Moria. He's dead. He's not dead, but he's essentially dead.
He got
so that doesn't
fucked
matter.
up by Doflamingo and then just left, and nobody's seen him since. Yeah.
Law was a Shichibukai, is now with them. Boa Hancock is essentially Luffy's wife.
She's Luffy's wife, yeah. I won't take any other answer.
Mihawk trained
Neutral.
Zoro. Chaotic Neutral just wants to live on his island, but is pretty chill with them, you know?
Yeah. I mean, he trained Zoro, so.
Exactly. And then, like, is that it?
I'm trying to think of any of the other Shishibukai. I mean, so Kuma, Bartholomew Kuma.
Ooh.
He's a Shishibukai, but he's like, okay, it's weird. Because he's with the world government, and he's the one that separated the Straw Hats. But at the same time, like, he was the one who protected, like, the original Bartholomew Kuma was the one that protected the ship, all, like, the Thousand Sunny during the 2-year time skip.
Yes.
And I don't remember if there was an explanation, but I think he was like, oh, like, I was told to do this. So, I mean, he's on their side for some part. I mean, he's like mostly robot now, so I guess Vegapunk would be programming him or something. That's a whole nother can of worms, but
it really is.
From what we can tell, he's on their side somewhat.
Exactly. So that's like what, like 4 out of the 7?
Yeah.
Who's to say that Doflamingo Crack Theory is not going to come back and be their best friends after all the very horrible and heinous war crimes he's committed?
Yeah. It's one of these things. Crocodile too. Crocodile was one.
Crocodile too.
Crocodile helped.
That's the other one.
Yeah, Crocodile helped them at fucking Marineford, and he didn't even have to.
They're kind of chill. Luffy doesn't like them, but
well, I mean,
Crocodile
he was
kind of likes Luffy.
Ivankov was strong-armed into it, but like at the same time, Crocodile tried to murder Whitebeard like at the start of it when they met him, and Luffy stopped him. But it's like if he could have done that to Whitebeard, there's no reason why he could have tried to do that to Luffy at any point. So it's there's something there. I mean, yeah, he was being blackmailed by Ivankov, but still. Yeah, Doflamingo definitely, I mean, he hates the will of D, but he also hates, like, he just hates the world. So he's, if anything, if he breaks out, like, I don't know if he'll try to, like, kill Luffy again more than he'll try to, like, kill the Celestial Dragons, but...
Exactly, it's a case of who does he hate more, the will of D or the government. And what I'm saying is he hates the government more.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, dude, what the fuck? What do you think about this fucking hat, bro?
Before we get... I don't even know about the hat. Let's try to put our heads together and think who's the second bounty.
I really do think that it's Goldie Roger.
Okay.
Because, I have nothing but, like, connection, like, light connections that all just like kind of wrap around and connect to each other, but that it doesn't lead me to like what the treasure is or what it does. So when I see the hat, this could be a giant bait and switch in next chapter. It's like, oh, the hat is not the real treasure, it's something else. But like, somebody wouldn't go down there into this vault with Luffy's bounty poster just to look at a hat. And if we remember what Doflamingo said about the treasure, he said the treasure is, like, if people learn about the treasure, like, it's basically over for the world government. He said a bunch of stuff. He said the world government is hiding a very, very important secret. And if the entire world knew about it, like, they would be, like, the entire world would be turned upside down. He also stated that if he had the power of the Opi Opi no Mi, he could have already he could have already had the treasure. So I don't know if that means he needed the power of the Opi Opi no Mi so that he could, like, bait and switch the treasure, like, make a room big enough to engulf the treasure and then switch places with the treasure and something so he could have it, or if the treasure is if the treasure somehow requires life force from the user. Because if Doflamingo had the power of the Opi Opi no Mi, I believe in the context when he was talking about that, I want to think he was talking about the immortality, because he had just told that to Law, like, oh, like, I wanted it to make myself immortal. Like, maybe if he had the immortality, whatever the treasure is would have, like, the effect of it stealing his life, if that is an effect, would have not been a threat to him because he would have had immortality. I don't know if the other thing, when I see the hat, I think of because they have Luffy's bounty poster and Luffy has the straw hat, and it's like, right, Luffy's straw hat was passed down from Goldie Roger to Shanks and then to him.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I this treasure, immediately that puts in my head, like, the theme of, like, passing down a will, you know, like passing down something to the next generation. And the only thing I can think is maybe this might be, like, Joy Boy's hat. Like, maybe we're going to actually get information on the Void Century, like, this arc.
Dude, that might be the case. I was thinking for a second, because, like, the will of D is not necessarily only for, like, humans per se. The will of D does manifest with many, many other people.
Yeah, we saw Saul.
Exactly. Like, the moment I saw the hat, I was like, for some fucking reason, the first place my brain went to was, this is Saul's hat. And I was like...
This is Saul's hat.
He never had... What?
Yeah, I have no idea. if the hat is giant, maybe it is a giant's hat. Maybe for all we know, fucking Joy Boy was a giant, dude. Like I don't know. I'm putting my eggs into the Void Century basket. I think it could be Joy Boy's hat, and something about whatever happened in the Void Century and like the sort of will, because like, okay, the Straw Hat was a thing that's been established in the story, that like it's passed down from, it was passed down from Goldie Roger to Shanks when Shanks was like a cabin boy, and it was passed down from Shanks to Luffy. We don't know, we don't know if Shanks has the Will of D, but we know for sure that Goldie Roger and Luffy have the Will of D. And it's like, maybe that's some sort of symbolism, like passing down like something to the next generation. And whatever the secret of the Void Century was, whatever happened is like the Celestial Dragons don't want that. The world government doesn't want whatever happened in the Void Century to get out. And I feel like the treasure has to have something to do with that. That's been a theory since like ever since we learned about the treasure. It's like, well, if the world government doesn't want it to get out, it has to be something pertaining to the Void Century. But I have no idea.
Dude, it's just so much. Like, another thought I was having was that like maybe the other bounty is like Blackbeard, and this opens up discussion for like the connection that Luffy has with Blackbeard. But like, I don't know if that has any legs or anything, because at this point, like, I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea. And then the cryptic fucking thing that Doflamingo says in the chapter. So let me pull up the manga stream translation, because it's on the last page. He says, I just want to see if there's a difference. In the Jai Minis box translation, okay, I have both of them. In the Jai Minis box translation, he says, "Isn't it fine to reveal what it is already? Power degrades quickly anyways. It rots away in no time at all." And in the manga stream translation, he says, "Honestly, it shouldn't matter if people find out. Power has a very short shelf life. It rots faster than you'd believe." So the gist of it is like, why don't you just tell everybody, like, power, doesn't last forever. And again, I can't decide which, like, what the treasure is, because it's like, if the treasure is some sort of weapon, then this is implying that, like, it's getting weaker as time goes on. But if it's just the hat, the other way you could look at it is the power as sort of a, like, not power as in like destructive power, but power as in the power over the people that this treasure gives the world government. And if Doflamingo's saying, oh, like, it shouldn't matter if the people find out, power has a very short shelf life, like, power doesn't last forever, maybe he means that, like, whatever secret that the world government is hiding, they hid it because they didn't want people to, like, uprise against them. But maybe what Doflamingo's saying is that might be too late. Like, maybe this bargaining chip that they have, like, holding this treasure over the world's head, like, oh, like, we have this treasure, like, if shit goes down, we can always use this. Maybe he means that, like, that won't matter in due time.
I can definitely see that being the case, because, like,
yeah,
a lot of what's been going on recently with the Straw Hats, like, it's getting harder and harder to hide the fact that it was the Straw Hats and not the Marines.
Yes, yeah.
So the world already kind of knows about all of this. Like, maybe it's, like, the Will of D that's supposed to be up there in Mary Joie. Maybe, like...
Oh, yeah, dude, what if it's supposed to be that? Like, what if, like... So what we know of the Void Century is, like, there was two kingdoms. It was, like, basically, like, the Royal Kingdoms, and then there was, like, some other kingdom, and, the Royal Kingdom, based on everything we know, the Royal Kingdom is the ones that became the Celestial Dragons, and they took over. But what if it's really, like, the other way around? What if, like, the other kingdom, the Will of D, was, like, supposed to be the rightful, like, owner, the rightful heir to, like, this throne? Like, they were the rightful ones to take over, and the Celestial Dragons, like, betrayed them or something.
Dude, I could really see that. Like,
dude, you just fucking blew my mind with that, because that would make sense. Like, if they weren't the rightful owners, of course you would want to keep that a secret. And it's like, if Doflamingo's like, oh, like, shouldn't the people know already? Like, power degrades over time. Like, with the way things are going, like you said, like the way Luffy is progressing on track and the way the world is like viewing Luffy and the revolutionaries, like maybe like that secret won't matter anymore because the time of the Celestial Dragons is over. Like we already know that the revolutionaries are gonna start a war with them.
Because like it's I might be like reading into it like a little too literally, but like, so the name of the place.
We're in full bunker mode, bro.
Dude, we are. The Great War that happened was between the 20 Kingdoms, which is now the world government, and the Great Kingdom, in Japanese being Kyodai na Okoku, which I might like be reading into it, but like does mean huge, like literally huge, colossal.
Oh shit! And the hat is big.
The hat's big.
The hat is colossal.
Sounds so stupid. I hate saying this,
bro.
But I mean, bro,
what if it has to do with like the Giants or something, bro? Like we still
don't know shit about the Giants.
We don't know anything about the Giants. We haven't really been to Elbaf since. Like, we've been to Elbaf in a flashback, but we haven't gotten to see the giant tree on Elbaf, which people theorize is the... Or no, I think it's confirmed that it might be the Atom Tree. I can't remember. All I know is there's a giant-ass tree on Elbaf. We don't know anything about it. What if Joy Boy was a giant? Fuck.
and like, so, do you remember the ship Noah? The ship in Ryukyu Kingdom.
Yes.
It was a giant ship. Joy Boy was there.
Fuck, dude, yeah.
Poneglyphs are very big. Poneglyphs are very big. The letters are very big.
And Joy Boy was the one who wrote the apology to the original Mermaid Princess.
Yeah.
About, like, not being able to return or something like that.
Yeah.
So, bro, I mean... what if the original Mermaid Princess was just as big as Shirahoshi? Like, this is going off like just speculation, but like, if she was just as big as Shirahoshi, and Joy Boy, all of these stupid signs that we've like concocted are pointing to him being some kind of big man. Like, it's big boy season,
dude. It's big boy season. That like. Oh man.
Yeah, this is wild. I really hope, if nothing else, if our rambling means nothing, I do think that I think this arc, and I'm very excited to say this because I hope it's true. I think this arc we might actually get a sizable amount of information about the Void Sentry and what happened. It might not be through the actual Reverie. It could, because remember, Cobra is going to confront the world government about what's really going on.
Hold on one more second. I have another thing on the whole giant thing. In that, so Skypiea used to be this whole like ancient country called like Shenandoah or some shit.
Yeah.
And so, like, they're the ones that, like, ended up losing last in the Great War. And were, like, the reason, like, it, like, ended, quote unquote. And so, they're in the sky now. And because they're in the sky, like, blah, blah, reflections, they're the giants that are in the sea that, like, you see in the clouds. Do you remember that? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, before Skypiea, they were talking about, like, giants that were, like, roaming around the whole of the ocean, just walking around, like, with, like, angel wings and shit like that. And they were just, like, they weren't actually giants, but what if that was just, like, what if that was foreshadowing? That, like, Shenandoah was, like, a place of giants before.
Damn, dude,
There are too many things in the One Piece universe that are too big for no explicit reason. Zunisha. Why is Zunisha that fucking big?
You're right. And
The poneglyphs are so big, dude.
Zunisha committed some crime, and her penance is to walk the earth like forever, some shit. But like, what the fuck did she do? And we know that she's probably been around since the Void Century, so it's like, was she part of the war? And like, dude, I don't know. All signs, at least right now, like just, mailroom Charlie putting the strings together, everything's leading to like something about the Void Century has to do with Big Boy Season, for sure. Like, Big Boy Season existed in the Void Century.
I'm just so pissed, man.
Dude, again, I hope next chapter, I hope we get some explanation for this. We're probably not, but fuck, I need some Void Century information dumped on me like yesterday. I need this arc to give me like information on the Void Century, because this is like the most perfect, like, oh my god, this fucking hat has ruined my life.
I hate everything, man.
I've expended all of my theory juice. My deep cut no me was put through the ringer today. And I don't know what more I could think or say about this hat.
I can't. I haven't been talking this entire time because it's just like not processed.
Bro, it's crazy. What does it mean? Oh, fuck. I really hope that we get information on it next chapter. By the end of Reverie, we're going to find out who this person is that's going in here. And we're going to find out what the other wanted poster is. If we find out that, maybe... If we find out who it is, and we find out what the second wanted poster is, maybe things will start fitting into place.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's what I was saying.
I hope when we find that out, there's, again, like I've been saying, I hope there's some sort of, like, even if it's just a little bit, just an info dump of just some Void Century shit. Because I truly believe this has to be Void Century, and
Dude, please just like tell us like 2 more things. We can work with like,
oh my god,
a little information, but we have no information right now.
Oda, I'd like to buy a vowel, please.
Oh my god, dude.
That's the point I'm at. I'm just begging at this point. No, all in all, fucking great chapter, and this ending was just like, I mean, everywhere, every single person, every reviewer I watch on YouTube, Rogers Bay, Sawyer, like King of Lightning, all these guys, just nobody, everybody on Twitter, everybody on the One Piece Discord, nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
Dude, this broke us. I hate like what I just said about the whole giant thing, because it's so like out there.
It could work.
Like, dude, I don't believe in this call that I've created.
Oh my god. Dude, I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Little.
Do you want to do a crack theory this week?
Bro, I
can't. I can't.
I don't think we legally can do a crack theory this week, because I think the whole episode was a crack theory about this fucking hat.
Oda showed us a crack theory.
Yeah. Oda said, yo, you guys want to theorize about what happens next? Here you go, fuckers. And then he hit us with, he instant killed us. Oda hit us with raw instant kill.
Dude, it could literally be like, it could be something under the hat, maybe, for some fucking I don't know, man.
I saw that. I saw people saying like, bro, what if the hat is literally a red herring, and this guy is gonna like lift up the hat, and it's gonna be some like fucking poneglyph thing, like he just throws the hat behind him like on the floor, like, well, then like, thanks for covering the real treasure, and he just throws it on the ground, dude. Oh my god, yeah, I'm calling it. There's no crack theory this week, because we're we're legally not allowed to do one after what Oda just did to us.
Oda fucked us, man.
Yeah, Jesus. There's nothing else. Do you want to sign us out?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So that'll do it for us this week after all of this pain and turmoil we've gone through. We'll be back next week with chapter 907. And, please do us a favor and hit us up on social media, anything. Our episode will be up on Libsyn first, always, libsyn.parameciafancast.com. We are at Parameciacast on Twitter. See, I learned this time.
It was too long. I tried to fit it, but it was like Paramecia Fan Cast.
Yeah, Twitter, come on, help us out. You fucking us over.
Yeah.
Anyways,
280 characters, but
280 characters on a tweet. We couldn't fucking do shit on. We're Paramecia Fancast on Facebook, and after a couple of hours after the episode will be up on Libsyn, it'll be a little more accessible on YouTube. And just search us up at Paramecia Fancast. We don't have one of those fancy channel names yet.
Yeah.
And like we said, there's no crack theory. So
the whole episode was a crack theory.
Have a great week, everybody. Hopefully we fucking find out what's in this fucking hat.
Yeah, have a great hat, everybody.